Environmental Protection Agency commemorates 2025 International Noise Awareness Day. Federal government unveils grazing reserve in Plateau State. Unvarranted gunmen kill Kenyan member of parliament in targeted attack in Nairobi. And in sports, chairman of Nigeria Premier Football League, Gbenga Elegbele, tips Nigeria's top flight to be best in Africa. And now the details. I am Mike James. The Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, LASEPA, has joined the rest of the world to commemorate the 2025 International Noise Awareness Day with the theme, Protect Your Hearing, Protect Your Health. Speaking in Alausa, the General Manager, LASEPA, Babatunde Ajayi, described the event as a global campaign against noise pollution because of its negative impact on human health. While highlighting the growing importance of noise regulation in Lagos State, Ajayi warned religious organizations, industries, and others against noise pollution. He had this to say.
The entire 2024 was filled with a lot of activity, ranging from our enforcement activity to advocacy to industrial awareness. So all of the engagements with different people across different sectors, from the hospitality industry all the way to the religious groups, to the industrial groups, and to many of our traders that do things that have relationships, or effects on the environment. We know that we have moved the needle a little, and what we strive to attain is to make sure that Lagos becomes a better place and it is more livable for you and I.
According to him, over the past 18 months, LASEPA had received about 1,660 noise-related complaints, of which 600 had resulted in enforcement actions across diverse sectors, including religious organizations, entertainment, clubs, lounges, and restaurants. Given a strong warning to habitual violators of government regulations, the LASEPA boss announced that the agency will intensify its enforcement, including impounding sound equipment from defaulters, particularly in open market and public areas using loudspeakers indiscriminately. High point of the celebration was the presentation of an award of excellence to the general manager by the Music Advertisement Association of Nigeria and Free Hearing Test for participants, underscoring the importance of early detection and prevention of hearing loss. Lagos State government has signed a joint agreement of Canada study tour with future perspectives to train 18 youths with the theme Empower Lagos. Speaking at a press briefing to announce this initiative, Commissioner for Youth and Social Development, Mobolaji Ogunlende, said the Memorandum of Understanding is a reaffirmation of the state's government's unwavering dedication to youth development, global exposure, and inclusive leadership. Ogunlende noted that the signing ceremony marks the beginning of a powerful journey where knowledge meets actions, exposure inspires growth, and the empowered youths rise to become architects of a stronger and smarter Lagos. He urged the beneficiaries to embrace the program and learn with open minds and be prepared to give back positively to the society.
Study tours such as this are strategic intervention. They are bold declarations that our youth are not merely the leaders of tomorrow, but active agents of change today. We are empowering them to think globally, lead confidently, and act with a strong sense of civic responsibility. This particular study tour will focus on leadership in innovation and sustainable development, with participants gaining hands-on experience in key areas such as innovators' mindset, strategic innovation, and entrepreneurship, design thinking, business model development, governance, and digital transformation.
On her part, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Toyin-Oke Osoyintolu, said the theme is not just a call to action, but a movement. Bold declaration that the younger ones are not just leaders of tomorrow, but the change makers of today. Mrs. Oke Osoyintolu noted that the Canada Study Tour, which is the third in its series, is a transformative journey that is designed to expand minds, ignite dreams, and sharpen leadership skills with best global practices.
To our youth leaders, today is about you. It is about your journey. It is about your vision and your limitless capacity to transform not only from your lives, but the future of millions like you. You are the heart of Empower Lagos. And through your dreams, determination and leadership, Lagos State will continue to thrive and to lead.
The beneficiaries commended Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and the Ministry of Youth and Development for the opportunity, promising to be reformed leaders of tomorrow. The Lagos State government is committed to build an accessible, affordable and sustainable integrated transportation system that promotes connectivity to the state's rail, air and waterways. Commissioner for Transportation Oluwaseun Oshiemi stated this at the grand finale and award ceremony of the Eco Move Lagos 2025 with the theme Eco Move, Connecting Communities, Reducing Emission, the Role of Public Transportation in Achieving Sustainable Goals. Speaking on the theme, the Commissioner restated the commitment of the state government to collaboration, innovation, as well as building a sustainable transportation ecosystem, as well as reducing carbon emissions to make the community livable for all. According to him, the second phase of the Blue Line Rail Electric project will be completed by next year.
Lagos transportation landscape, the commitment extends beyond the options of roads, rails, and water transport, but to overall quality of life for Lagosians. His vision for Lagos transportation is a journey towards integration of all modes, affordability, efficiency, sustainability, and innovation. The strides made in the past years, coupled with ongoing projects, depicts a commitment to recreating a city where commuting is seamless and the environment thrives.
Earlier, the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Transportation, Tony Aremu, said the week-long program emphasized the state government unwavering dedication to sustainable urban development and public health through enhanced public transport system in a collective vision for a greener Lagos where communities thrive and emissions reduced for a livable future. On his part, the General Manager at Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, LASEPA, Babatunde Ajayi, said according to the survey, the level of carbon emissions had drastically reduced in the state, noting that the state government recognizes the importance of transportation sustainability in ensuring the quality of life of Lagosians. The event had in attendance the Commissioner for Transportation from Ekiti State, Kehinde Ajobiere, among others. The Federal Ministry of Works has assured that the first phase of the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project will be ready for inauguration by President Bola Tinubu this month. Umahi said the project, which has attained over 70% completion, has earned the endorsement of international financiers, which makes it a notable investment beyond construction. He said the entire stretch will be ready for inauguration by December 2025, January 2026, when tolling will also commence. The minister declared that the quality of the rigid pavement would last 100 years while ensuring that the road will have a rail line, closed-circuit cameras, emergency response points, among other facilities. Umahi commended the contractor for working with ultra-modern construction equipment that has enhanced the pace of the work.
Let me state that this project is over 70% done, and so the contractor has not gotten funds up to 70%, and that's why I call them people that have set their mind towards nation building, that are making money. So we are very, very happy. And each of the sections you see they are doing, they are working in 3 shifts. And similar job is going on in the entire stretch of 7.47 kilometers. Over 10 different sections are working all at the same time.
Our correspondent Abiola Fagbalagun recalls that the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project commenced from Ahmadu Bello Way, Victoria Island, Lagos, in April last year. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has unveiled a model livestock village, Wase Grazing Lot, in Wase local government area of Plateau State. Minister of Livestock Development, Idi Meha, during the launch, said the move was to curb insecurity and modernize livestock farming in the state. According to a statement by Governor Caleb Mutfwang's Director of Press and Public Affairs, Gyang Berry, the project represents a major milestone in the government efforts to reposition the livestock sector as a key pillar of Nigeria's agricultural economy and a vehicle for peace building. He highlighted the project's potential in resolving persistent farmer-header clashes, stating that beyond the WASI project, plans to modernize the Jos Abattoir, aiming to increase its capacity to process up to 500 cattle daily, part of wider state-level interventions to strengthen livestock infrastructure and economic resilience, is underway. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has officially declared the state's readiness to host the rest of the continent and the world for the 2025 edition of the All African Music Awards Afrima ceremony. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who made the declaration when he received the high-powered delegation from the African Union and Afrima International Committee in his office, said Lagos is more than prepared to roll out the red carpet for the rest of Africa in a demonstration of the state's status as the creative and cultural capital of Africa. Sanwo-Olu said Lagos's acceptance to host Afrima 2025 aligns perfectly with his administration's vision to make the creative and tourism industry a major pillar of the state's development drive. He stated that his government has made significant investment in the creative industry, recognizing it as a key component of its theme's agenda. Governor Sanwo-Olu expressed his administration for the flourishing creative ecosystem that nurtures talent, attracts global attention, and drives economic growth, all of which have been created by his administration. In her remarks, Head of Culture and Acting Director of Social Development, Culture and Sports at the African Union Commission, Angela Martins, commended the Governor for his continuous support of the arts and reaffirmed the AU's long-standing partnership with Afrima. Afrima President and Executive Producer Mike Dada thanked Governor Sanwo-Olu for the state investment in the creative industry, stating that Afrima is positioned to create big opportunities for tourism, entertainment, jobs, and the economy for the host city. The African Union and Afrima International Committee will, on May 13 in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, officially announce and present the certificate to the host of the 2025 Afrima. And in some foreign news, a Kenyan Member of Parliament, Charles Were, has been shot dead in the streets of the capital, Nairobi, by gunmen and a motorcycle in a suspected assassination. Police said the attackers had been trailing Were's vehicle before one of them got off the motorbike and shot him at close range. The opposition Member of Parliament had 2 months ago complained about threats to his life. After the shooting, his driver and bodyguard, Burfan Hort, managed to rush him to Nairobi Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. President William Ruto has ordered police to conduct a thorough investigation into the attack. Fellow legislators who visited the scene expressed shock and outrage at the killing and called for swift investigations and justice. Over to sports news. Chairman of the Nigeria Premier Football League, NPFL, Gbenga Elegbele, is optimistic that the Nigerian top flight could become the best league in Africa, following the strides of the league board in the last 3 seasons. Currently ranked 12th in Africa, based on the 5-year ranking by the Confederation of African Football (CAF) to determine the number of clubs that each member association may enter its club football competitions, the NPFL has witnessed some structural stability in recent years. Buoyed by the climax of the 2024-25 season, which has seen Remo Stars clinch their first ever title with the 3 games to go, the NPFL board chairman said they are poised to end the season perfectly. Eimba's 2 CAF Champions League titles in 2003 and 2004 remained the best outing by a Nigerian team in the competition. And that was our news at noon, but just before we go, slow down at road junctions, intersections and pedestrian crossings. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration introduced the Lagos Economic Acceleration Program, LEAP, to reduce the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic on small businesses? You can get more detail on the Legacy Government website, and to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Environmental Protection Agency, LASEPA, has joined the rest of the world to commemorate the 2025 International Noise Awareness Day with the theme Protect Your Hearing, Protect Your Health. The federal government has unveiled a model livestock village, Wase Grazing Lot, in Wase local government area of Plateau State. And we also told you that a Kenyan member of parliament, Charles Were, has been shot dead in the streets of the capital, Nairobi, by gunmen on a motorcycle in a suspected assassination. And in sports, chairman of the Niger Premier Football League, NPFL, Benga Elegbele, is optimistic that the Nigerian top flight could become the best league in Africa, following the strides of the league board in the last 3 seasons. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Coyote Mafalashiri. Thank you for listening. My name is Mike James. Good afternoon.